So some of the REE models, SNCF BB63000s and 63500 series locos have turned up. And in this video I'm going to have a look at some of the analogue versions. I'll cover the sound ones in their own video because there's a lot of different features there. But the one thing to note is that despite being in the REE access range, these are everywhere as detailed as the standard ones, so I'm slightly confused as to why REE have decided to do that. As you can see, between the two locos here there's a lot of detail differences. You've got all the different grills down the side of the earlier ones, and all the panelling has changed on the later locos. Really nicely detailed fan there. The lights are freestanding, done with LEDs, so they are really nicely done. The handrails are commendably thin. They are of a flexible plastic, so they will withstand a bit of handling, but you don't want to be too brutal with them because they're incredibly fine. The buffers are the solid ones. They were talking about additional sort of packs where you could buy sprung buffers and buy the motorisation fan and things like that, but that's all gone quiet at the moment, so we didn't receive any of them. So at this point we'll do them as is. So yes, there's a lot of difference in detail between the earlier and late versions, and you've got antennae on the later versions, different handrail layouts. So the earlier ones just got a single handrail, the later ones they've put another safety bar in. So there's nothing that says to me that REE have gone and sort of cheapened it up just to produce lots of different livery versions. They've done a lot of work. We've got the cosmetic buffer beam on this end, and on this end you've got the simplified buffer beam because it's got the NEN coupler pocket there. I've gone off and grabbed the parts bags because there's variations even there. So this is the parts bag of the RZN livery loco at the back. Got snow ploughs in there, you've got the couplings themselves, the standard European hoop couplings with a swallowtail fitment. You can of course use your own couplings. There is an adapter plate for the front of the loco where you've got the cosmetic brake hoses in, and then lots of little additional parts if you wish to put those on. I tend to say display case only on those. And this is the parts for the earlier one, and that key difference being they would have had cast number plates. So they have included photo etched number plates in the parts bag, which is a nice feature. So let's have a look at the performance of the loco. They are designed to run round radius 1 curves, so 360mm radius minimum. Ancient Hammer and Morgan controller, but they are performing really nicely. So firstly, it's very quiet and very smooth. You've got the LED head and tail lamps. Try and follow it down. Right. So you need a bit of power for the headlamps to come on. The red ones come on at a lower power, such as the nature of these LEDs. There is also, if we can get the angle on it, a cab light. It uses a Plux22 interface, so if you want to convert it to digital you can then of course separate all the lighting features out as well. So yeah, they're a superb model from REE, and obviously they've done a lot of work to capture the different variations in them. Okay, it's a bit unusual for me to do an unboxing part of these videos, but I feel it's a little bit necessary. So you've got an outer sleeve, and then you've got a container box, quite similar to how tricks are packaged these days, but maybe not quite as tall. So the logo sits in a sort of double-walled well, so it's well suspended. Let's get rid of that foam, pop that out. Right, the reason I'm doing the film is at this point onwards I advise people to be quite careful. You've got the bag of parts, that's fine, but the loco is quite solidly in the foam as it stands. So I'm suggesting, I think, the best route, if I can do it one-handedly, probably best with two hands, get it underneath there and lift out the foam. Best to do it with two hands, to be honest. So I'll stop the camera and get it out properly. So there we are, I've put it on the bottom foam, and what I'm now going to do is just gently lift out the foam around the loco. That seems to be the best way without grabbing any of the detail on the model. And it all falls into place quite nicely. They have well and truly packed it out. Just trying to remember where everything goes if you want to repack it. And when it comes to repacking it, I would leave these two bottom foams in, but take out the end foams, because you want to squeeze those around the buffers. You can see where the buffers are held. They actually have put little indents into that foam. So it's very securely attached for transport, but hopefully that will protect the fine handrails on it. They had to redesign the packaging for these